Avocado danger after 60. Never mix avocado with these three foods. Senior health tips. Avocados have been praised for decades as a superfood, especially among older adults looking for heart-healthy fats, vitamins, and fiber. But here's the surprising truth few doctors mention once you're over 60. Mixing avocado with certain other foods can silently harm your digestion, blood sugar, and even heart health. The problem isn't the avocado itself, but what happens when its rich oils and unique compounds interact with specific foods in your diet. These combinations can lead to nutrient loss, dangerous spikes in blood pressure, or digestive stress. You might blame on aging, when in reality, it's just poor pairing. And because avocado is so often recommended for seniors, this hidden risk flies under the radar, meaning you could be making the same mistake every single day without realizing it. Today, we'll uncover the 3 foods you should never mix. With avocado after 60, explain the science behind each risky combo, and give you safer, delicious alternatives you can enjoy without losing the benefits of this beloved fruit. By the end, you'll know exactly how to keep avocados in your diet without putting your health on the line. Number 1. Processed meats. When you think of avocado, you might picture it spread on toast, sliced over a salad, or mashed into guacamole. But for many older adults, especially in the United States, one of the most common pairings is with processed meats, things like bacon, ham, sausage, salami, or even deli turkey. On the surface, this might look like a balanced plate. The creamy, heart-healthy fats of avocado combined with the protein of meat. But once you're over 60, this pairing can quietly work against your health in several dangerous ways. First, processed meats are loaded with sodium, and I'm not talking about a light sprinkle. A single slice of bacon can have around 190 milligrams of sodium, and many deli meats have over 500 milligrams in just 2 thin slices. Combine that with avocado, which contains natural potassium that helps relax blood vessels, and you create a tugavore inside your body. Potassium is trying to lower your blood pressure, but the sodium floods your system, stiffens your arteries, and forces your heart to work harder. For seniors already at risk of hypertension, this combination isn't neutral. It's a hidden stressor that can undo the very benefits you hope to get from eating avocado in the first place. Second, processed meats are high in nitrites and nitrates, chemical preservatives that can convert into nitrosamines in the body. These compounds have been linked to increased risks of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. Avocado, being rich in antioxidants like lutein and vitamin E, is often celebrated for its anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer potential. But here's the catch. Those antioxidants can become busy neutralizing the extra free radicals and reactive compounds generated by the processed meat's preservatives, leaving fewer defenses for your brain, eyes, and other organs. In other words, your avocado's benefits get wasted fighting the damage from the meat instead of protecting your overall health. Third, there's the digestive angle, something most people ignore until problems show up. Avocado's fat content is mostly monounsaturated and generally very gentle on the digestive system. But when combined with the heavy, saturated fats found in bacon, sausage, and other processed meats, you can overwhelm your gallbladder and liver. For adults over 60, where bile production and liver efficiency naturally decline, this can lead to bloating, sluggish digestion, and even acid reflux. Many seniors chalk this up to just getting older, when in reality, it's the food pairing that's slowing everything down. To make matters worse, the cholesterol in processed meats, especially when heated to high temperatures during frying or grilling, undergoes oxidation, producing harmful compounds that inflame blood vessel walls. Avocado's healthy fats can help lower LDL cholesterol levels over time. But when eaten alongside these oxidized cholesterol sources, the positive effect is blunted and in some cases completely canceled out. Better tip, If you love avocado in savory dishes, skip the processed meats entirely and pair it with grilled chicken breast, turkey cooked fresh at home, or plant-based proteins like chickpeas and lentils. These give you protein without the sodium overload, chemical preservatives, or oxidized fats. You'll still enjoy the creamy texture of avocado. But now your potassium can work at full power to keep your blood pressure steady. Your antioxidants can protect your cells without extra emergency work, and your digestion will thank you. For extra flavor, use fresh herbs, lemon juice, and a pinch of black pepper instead of reaching for bacon or ham. Number 2. Refined white bread. For many people, especially in North America, the most common way to enjoy avocado is on toast. It's quick, it's trendy, and for seniors who want a light meal, it feels like a healthy choice. But here's the hidden danger. If that toast is made from refined white bread instead of whole grains, you're setting yourself up for blood sugar spikes, nutrient loss, and a chain reaction that undermines the very reasons you're eating avocado in the first place. Let's start with what refined white bread actually is. During processing, the wheat grain is stripped of its bran and germ, the parts that contain fiber, healthy fats, and most of the vitamins and minerals. What you're left with is mostly starch that your body digests quickly, turning it into glucose in record time. When you spread creamy avocado over that bread, the fat does slow down absorption slightly, but not enough to prevent a spike in your blood sugar. For someone over 60 whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age, this spike is more than just a fleeting energy rush. It can push your pancreas into overdrive, straining your insulin production and contributing to insulin resistance. Over time, the other problem is that refined white bread is often fortified with synthetic vitamins like folic acid and iron. While that might sound good, these nutrients are not absorbed in the same way as their natural counterparts. Avocado is naturally rich in B vitamins, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that work together to support nerve function, muscle health, and heart rhythm. But when you combine avocado's natural nutrients with the synthetic fortifications in white bread, you can create imbalances. For example, too much folic acid from fortified bread without enough natural B12, common in seniors, can mask B12 deficiency symptoms until nerve damage has already occurred. Refined bread also has a high glycemic index, which means it encourages the body to release a large amount of insulin quickly. High insulin levels promote fat storage and inflammation, two things you don't want when you're trying to maintain a healthy weight and mobility after 60. Avocado's healthy fats are anti-inflammatory, but once again, they end up fighting the inflammation triggered by the bread instead of providing lasting benefits. And let's not forget digestion. White bread has very little fiber, less than 1 gram per slice in many brands. Seniors need more fiber to keep the digestive tract moving and to nourish the beneficial bacteria in the gut. Avocado gives you around 10 grams of fiber per fruit, but if you pair it with fiberless bread, you dilute its effect. This means slower transit time, increased risk of constipation, and even a higher chance of diverticulosis, a condition where small pouches form in the colon wall, common in older adults. On top of that, many commercial white breads contain hidden sugars, emulsifiers, and preservatives designed to keep the loaf soft for weeks. These additives can irritate the gut lining, disrupt your microbiome, and contribute to systemic inflammation. You might not notice the damage right away, but over months and years, it can affect everything from mood to immune function. Better tip: swap refined white bread for a slice of true 100% whole grain bread or sprouted grain bread, where you can still see seeds or grains in the loaf. These options keep the fiber, natural vitamins, and minerals intact, helping stabilize blood sugar and support heart health. Even better, try avocado on dense rye bread, oat bread, or a thin slice of sourdough made from whole wheat. The fermentation process in sourdough lowers its glycemic impact. This way, avocado's healthy. Fats work together with the bread to keep your energy steady, your digestion smooth, and your heart protected. Number 3. Certain high-sugar fruits like mango, pineapple, and grapes. Many seniors believe that combining avocado with fruit is the ultimate health move, after all. Fruit is natural, full of vitamins, and delicious. You'll often see recipes for tropical fruit salads with diced avocado, or smoothie bowls with avocado blended alongside sweet mango or pineapple. The bright colors look healthy, the flavor is refreshing, and the ingredients sound like they belong in a soup cookbook. But after 60, this pairing can quietly cause a storm inside your body, one that affects your blood sugar, digestion, nutrient absorption, and even your long-term cardiovascular health. The first danger lies in how high-sugar fruits interact with your body's metabolism as you age. Mango, pineapple, and grapes are naturally rich in fructose, a type of sugar that doesn't trigger the same insulin spike as glucose, but instead is processed almost entirely by your liver. For younger, highly active people, this isn't a big problem, because the liver can store and process the sugar efficiently. But after 60, liver efficiency can decline, especially if you've had a history of fatty liver disease, high triglycerides, or even just decades of moderate alcohol use. When you add avocado's healthy fats to this situation, the digestion of the fruit's sugars slows slightly, but this also means the sugars spend more time in your system, giving your liver extra work for longer periods. Over time, this can contribute to elevated triglycerides, which are a significant risk factor for heart disease in seniors. Second, there's the glycemic load effect. While avocado alone has a negligible impact on blood sugar, pairing it with very sweet fruits creates a mixed meal where your body gets both a fat load and a sugar load at the same time. This can push your pancreas into dual response mode, releasing insulin to deal with the sugar while your gallbladder and digestive enzymes are busy breaking down the fat. For someone over 60 whose hormonal responses and enzyme production may already be slower, this can lead to post-meal fatigue, brain fog, and digestive discomfort. Many seniors chalk these symptoms up to just getting tired after eating, but in reality, they're experiencing metabolic stress from the meal combination. Third, we need to talk about nutrient competition, something most people never consider. Avocado is rich in fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin E, as well as carotenoids like lutein, which are critical for eye health and protecting against age-related macular degeneration. High-sugar fruits, on the other hand, are loaded with vitamin C and certain polyphenols that compete for absorption pathways in your small intestine. When eaten together in large amounts, the vitamin C from the fruit can slightly reduce the efficiency of fat-soluble vitamin uptake, meaning some of avocado's most valuable compounds pass through your system unused. This isn't an immediate, dramatic effect. It's subtle, but over months and years, it can mean you're not getting the full benefit of one of the best foods for senior eye and brain health. Then there's the gut microbiome angle. After 60, the diversity of beneficial gut bacteria often declines, which can lead to weaker digestion and immune function. High-sugar fruits, especially grapes and pineapple, can feed not just the good bacteria, but also less friendly species like Candida, yeast, or opportunistic microbes. When you add avocado's fats to the mix, you create a longer digestion window, giving those less friendly microbes more time to ferment the sugars. The result? Gas, bloating, discomfort, and sometimes even irregular bowel movements. Seniors with IBS, diverticulosis, or chronic bloating often notice symptoms flare more after eating fruit salads that include avocado. One more subtle but important point. High-sugar tropical fruits often come with a hidden pesticide load if they're not organically grown. Many mangoes and pineapples are treated with fungicides and post-harvest preservatives to survive long shipping distances. Avocado's healthy fats can actually increase the absorption of fat-soluble pesticide residues in your gut, Meaning, if your fruit isn't organic, you might be inadvertently boosting your intake of these chemicals. Over years, this can contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which accelerate the aging process at a cellular level. Better tip: if you love the idea of combining avocado with fruit, stick to low-sugar, high-fiber options that work in harmony with its healthy fats. Think berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, kiwi, or even pomegranate seeds. These have a gentler impact on blood sugar, more antioxidants, and won't overload your liver. Always wash fruit thoroughly and choose organic when possible to reduce pesticide exposure. If you're making a smoothie, pair avocado with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, and a handful of berries instead of mango or pineapple. This way, you get steady energy, full nutrient absorption, and gut-friendly fiber without the sugar-induced crash. When we're over 60, the smallest daily food choices can make the biggest difference in how we feel, not just tomorrow, but years from now. Avocados are one of the most celebrated foods in the world for a reason. They're packed with monounsaturated fats to support heart health, potassium to help regulate blood pressure, fiber to keep digestion moving, and antioxidants that protect your eyes and brain. But here's the part no one talks about. What you eat with them can completely change whether those benefits actually reach your body, or whether they get canceled out, weakened, or even turned into something harmful. We've seen how pairing avocado with processed meats quietly floods your system with sodium, preservatives, and oxidized cholesterol, forcing your heart to work harder while robbing your antioxidants of their real purpose. We've unpacked how refined white bread, the classic avocado toast base, can spike your blood sugar, dilute your fiber intake, and trigger inflammatory insulin responses that slowly chip away at your energy, weight, and mobility. And we've gone deep into the science of why certain high-sugar tropical fruits, no matter how natural they seem, can overload your liver, block the absorption of avocado's fat-soluble nutrients, and feed gut microbes you don't want. Hanging around now, imagine your week. Maybe you wake up and make avocado toast with 2 slices of soft, white sandwich bread because it's quick. Maybe you meet a friend for brunch and order a BLT with avocado, thinking you're making the healthy choice by adding that creamy, green layer. Or maybe it's summer and you make yourself a bright fruit salad with avocado, pineapple, and grapes, because that's what the internet recipe told you was good for longevity. Each of these meals might feel harmless in the moment. You might even feel full and satisfied afterward. But over weeks, months, and years, these small, repeated combinations can contribute to the slow, silent rise of blood pressure, creeping weight gain, nagging digestive issues, and that general feeling of slowing down that so many people think is just aging, when in reality, it's the chemistry of your meals working against you. The truth is, when you're over 60, your metabolism, hormone balance, and digestive capacity are different than they were in your 30s or 40s. You can still enjoy avocados. And you should, but you need to be strategic. Your potassium should be working with your sodium levels, not fighting against a flood of salt from bacon or deli meats. Your blood sugar should be steady, not shooting up and crashing because your avocado is sitting on top of fiber-stripped bread. Your liver should be processing nutrients efficiently, not juggling fat breakdown and a surge of fructose from tropical fruit at the same time. The good news? Every one of these risks is completely avoidable. Instead of processed meats, choose fresh, unprocessed protein sources. Think grilled chicken breast, wild-caught salmon, or even plant-based options like lentils or chickpeas. Swap out the refined bread for dense, 100% whole grain or sprouted loaves that still contain the bran, germ, and fiber your body needs. Trade the high-sugar tropical fruits for low-sugar, high-antioxidant picks like blueberries, raspberries, or kiwi fruits that actually enhance avocado's benefits instead of fighting them. This isn't about giving up foods you love. It's about putting them together in ways that let your body get every ounce of nutrition without the hidden setbacks. When you choose the right combinations, your energy stays steady, your digestion feels smoother, your heart works more easily, and your mind stays sharper. You might notice that afternoon slump fading, your walks feeling lighter, and even your sleep improving because your blood sugar and digestion aren't battling each other while you rest. And here's something even more powerful. Once you know how to pair your foods correctly, the benefits compound. Week after week, you're not just avoiding harm, you're actively building resilience. Your blood vessels stay more flexible, your inflammation stays lower, and your cells get the nutrients they need without the interference of poor pairings. That's the real superpower of a superfood like avocado, not just eating it, but pairing it with purpose. So the next time you reach for that avocado, ask yourself, is what I'm putting it with helping it work for me? Or is it quietly working against me? The answer might surprise you, and it might just change the way you build your meals for the rest of your life.